Good morning, TCTC. I'm your host, Porfirio Torres.
And I'm your host, Alec Boudet.
And welcome back to TCTC Time. Just a reminder that Bristol, Bloomfield, and Southington have an early release tomorrow at 11:30. Please wait for the announcements before leaving. On March 10th, BPA students who advanced from this year's regionals competition competed in this year's BPA state competition. Let's take a look at the results.
TikTok has had several influences on other social media apps, changing the way they market their content.
Let's go!
Esports at TCTC, the benefits of adding an arena.
Kim also speaks on her fondest moment from the 19th event.
That moment when they said her name, and it was just that was one of my longest friends that I've had.
And now my heart is beating like the saddest metronome. I hope you're somewhere reading my latest 3-word poem.
A battery and a battery charger for the remote control, a ball mount head to connect your camera to the slider, and a connecting cable to connect your remote control to the slider. Lastly, you have the slider in itself.
Congratulations to all who will be competing in nationals this year in Dallas, Texas. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back.
TCTC's first ever community night is Thursday, April 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. This family-friendly event is designed for all ages. Join us for games, activities, food, and much more. Visit us at tctchome.com to learn more.
Next, we take this over to an ROTC senior to explain the process of enlisting into the military. Let's take it over to him.
Hi, I am Thomas Graham. I am part of the Air Force JOTC here at TCTC, and I made a slideshow to share with everyone my process of enlisting in the military. So the first step to enlisting is to take the Asvab, also known as the Armed Forces Vocational Aptitude Battery. This is to see where your strengths and your weaknesses lie and how you will get your jobs in the military. You do not need to study for it formally. You just need to bring along what knowledge you know. You just have to show up, take it, and they're all online practice tests you can take to help you see what questions might be on there, what you can touch up on, and how it's set up. You have 3 scores, your general, your electrical, and your mechanical, G, E, and M. Next up would be MEPS. After you talk to your recruiter, you will sign some paperwork, and then after you sign that paperwork, you'll be sent up to MEPS. MEPS stands for the Military Entrance Processing Station. It is where you go to get physically processed into the military. You will go up the night beforehand to a designated hotel with other branches, other people from your area who are looking to enlist. Doesn't matter. When I went up, I was with someone who was going in Army. When you do get to MEPS, you'll get processed in, you'll get a name tag, you'll go to see your liaison, then you'll go through medical screening. After that, you will go through, if you get cleared for all medical, if you pass all the tests, you'll get a background check, and then you will get a job list from both of that from your liaisons. And then after that, if you pass and you're all good, all that, you'll be able to get sworn in. You'll get sworn in by a officer from any branch. I was sworn in by a Coast Guard officer. Next up is jobs. So jobs have different qualifications. So you have rank. So whether or not is it enlisted or are you going in for an officer position. Some jobs are officer only. Other jobs you can only enter via enlistment and then make your way up to an officer later. Your Asvab score goes into it. So like an avionics job would require at least a 70E in the Air Force. My job, which is aircraft, electrical, and environmental systems, is both mechanical and electrical. Some jobs do require both. And then physical health, so how good are you, like how healthy are you, like eyesight, are you colorblind, maybe like tone deaf, anything like that. And speciality, so like how special is the job, is it needed, is there no like hoops that you have to jump through, all that. Next up, after all of that, you'll go to BMT, which is also boot camp. Boot camp looks different per branch, so like the Marines have the longest and hardest at 13 weeks of boot camp. The Coast Guard have the shortest at 7 weeks. With a honorable mention going to the Navy, the Navy's boot camp can last anywhere between 7 to 9 weeks and is fully regarded as the easiest boot camp. The Air Force boot camp is normally 8.5 weeks, but due to COVID-19 and other factors, they shortened it down to 7.5 weeks for now. And then the branches ship to boot camp differently. So the Air Force does it every Tuesday, and the Tuesdays each job has a different ship date. So based off your job, depends on when you ship to boot camp. What you need to know for boot camp: every branch will require certain things be known before you go to boot camp. So you have things like the creed, like whatever creed there is, like the riflemen's, airmen's. The next would be the song, core values, stuff like that. You'll have to know your reporting statement, so how to report into your superiors. You'll have to know rank, so what each rank looks like, which one is which. For like E1, E9, you'll have to be able to tell which ones. Chain of command, 24-hour time, also known as military time. So packing for BMT, every branch has a different list of items for you to bring. So some of these items will include civilian clothes, a watch, paperwork, razors to shave, cash or debit card, etc. Your recruiter will give you a list based off what you need to pack. Other items will be prohibited. These include, but are not limited to, cigarettes or tobacco of any kind, over-the-counter medication, expensive jewelry, food, candy, beverages, supplements, magazines, inappropriate pictures or viewing materials, laptops, tablets, etc., and anything with aerosol. So next is tech school. So what is tech school? It's much like TCTC, where you'll be learning a trade. So you'll be learning how to do whatever job you're assigned. Then you will have credits towards a related degree in the field. So for my job of electrical and environmental systems for aircraft, I'll be getting an aviation maintenance degree to go along with it, credits towards it. You could have one base or you could have several. So if you're going to like airborne school for the Army, you could go to rifleman school, and then you could go to Fort Benning for airborne. So you'll have like 2 different bases. It just all depends on what your job is. Next, and the length of your tech school depends on your job. After all the training, you will get sent to a duty station. The U.S. has 8 regional commands. They are the Africa Command, Central Command, Cyber Command, European Command, Indo-Pacific Command, Southern Command, and Space Command. These all have bases under their control, where you get sent determines on which sector you fall on. So if you go to Africa, you will be under the Africa Command. If you get sent to Central, if you get like Ramstein Air Base in Germany, you'll be under the Central Command. Well, you'll be under the European Command. Central Command is the U.S. Indo-Pacific is, of course, Pacific, so like Japan, South Korea. Southern Command is, I believe, South America. And then Cyber Command and Space Command, I do believe can fall under any one of these sectors. It's just more job specific. And that concludes my slideshow.
Thanks, Thomas. Let's take it over to Deputy Mike.
Hi, I'm Deputy Michael Gear, and I'm the host of Doing Time with Deputy Mike. Whole purpose, actually, concept of Doing Time was I was looking for a way to connect with you students. The whole podcast actually is having you guys come on, talking about a little about yourselves, about what lab you're in, what you like to do, what you know, for fun or whatnot, and just kind of hang out, chat, and have some fun.
Doing Time with Deputy Mike. Watch it on YouTube at TCTC Media or on Spotify and or Google Podcasts. And before we head out, here is our dad joke with Eli.
Eli, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Vanessa, do you want to hear a dad joke of the week? Yesterday, at 8 o'clock, it was very timely, especially when I went back for seconds.
And that's it for this episode of TCTC Time. I'm your host, Porfirio Torres.
And I'm Alec Boudet.
And we'll see you guys next time.